If you've clicked this video, you already know there's something off with your car. It could be those strange smells, the rough running, or the dreaded check engine light. Good news, you're in the right place. We're breaking down 8 warning signs that all point to one overlooked problem: a failing oxygen sensor. Most people don't realize that this single part can cause a range of issues that seem completely unrelated. In the next few minutes, I'll show you the 8 major symptoms, how you can check the sensor with simple diagnostics, and what it typically costs to replace one, including the usual parts and labor range. Seen any of these symptoms already? Drop a quick comment below and tell me which one. Once you connect the dots between these problems, you'll see how one tiny sensor can mimic major failures. And that's where we'll start with one of the most expensive parts drivers are often told to replace. Number 1, catalytic converter problems. Catalytic converter problems are one of the most common and most expensive issues drivers get warned about. But here's the twist. Often the converter itself isn't the real culprit. A worn oxygen sensor can feed the engine control unit bad data, making it believe the car needs more fuel than it actually does. That extra fuel doesn't just waste money. It can overload the converter and create symptoms that look like a major failure. Here's what you need to know. Upstream sensors sit before the catalytic converter and tell the ECU how to adjust the air-fuel mixture. If those sensors become slow, contaminated, or erratic, whether from age, oil deposits, wiring damage, or heat, they can allow unburned fuel into the exhaust. That fuel burns inside the converter, overheating it and wearing it out early. Downstream sensors sit after the converter and monitor its efficiency, but inaccurate readings here can mimic a clogged converter and lead to misdiagnosis. That overlap is why this issue doesn't just drain your wallet, it shows up in another frustrating way during routine inspections. Number 2, failed emissions test. One of the clearest signs of a failing oxygen sensor is showing up to your inspection and finding out your car didn't pass emissions testing. A failed test feels like a big deal, and it usually makes people think they're in for major repairs, like a new catalytic converter. But more often, the true cause is a sensor that's no longer reporting accurate data. When an oxygen sensor slows down or gets contaminated, it disrupts the air-fuel balance. Your engine may run too rich or too lean, producing excessive hydrocarbons, carbon monoxide, and nitrogen oxides, 3 of the main pollutants the test measures. The system flags those spikes instantly, and sometimes you'll also notice a strong, sulfur-like smell caused by the catalytic converter being overloaded with unburned fuel. A quick first step before replacing expensive parts is to scan the car with a basic OBD2 tool. Codes in the oxygen sensor range can quickly point you to the issue. In many cases, installing a new sensor is all it takes to get a clean test result and move forward. And once you do get past inspection, you may still notice another symptom that plays out every time the engine isn't under load. Number 3, rough idle. Ever notice your car shaking at a stoplight, almost like it can't quite settle into a smooth rhythm? That rough idle is one of the most common early signs of oxygen sensor trouble. While many drivers blame clogged injectors or weak ignition parts, the real issue can come from an upstream sensor feeding the ECU inaccurate data. Upstream sensors handle constant fuel adjustments. When a sensor becomes slow, contaminated, or sticks at one reading, the ECU overcorrects, dumping in too much fuel or not enough. The result is uneven combustion that makes the engine hesitate, vibrate, or sputter while idling. Often, the shaking fades once you press the gas, only to return the moment you stop. If you want a quick test, you can unplug the upstream sensor temporarily. This forces the ECU into open loop, cutting the sensor out of the equation. If the idle smooths out, the sensor is a strong suspect. Just make sure to do this safely, and remember, it's only for diagnosis, not a permanent fix. And while a rough idle can be frustrating, there's another symptom that shows up right when you turn the key. Number 4, hard starting. Hard starting is another symptom that confuses a lot of drivers. You turn the key and the engine cranks, but it takes longer than usual to fire, especially after the car has been sitting overnight. Many people assume the battery, starter, or fuel pump is to blame. But in plenty of cases, the oxygen sensor is the piece creating the problem. Here's why. During a cold start, the ECU runs in open loop mode, using preset fuel values until the oxygen sensor heats up and begins sending accurate voltage signal. If the sensor is slow to warm or doesn't respond correctly, the ECU keeps the mixture rich for too long. That excess fuel can flood the cylinders, leading to sluggish starts. Hard starting does have other possible causes, but when it happens alongside poor fuel economy or rough idle, especially in higher mileage cars, this sensor becomes a prime suspect. A smart next step is scanning for stored trouble codes or having a mechanic confirm the sensor's heater circuit is functioning. Even when the engine finally catches, the trouble doesn't stop there. It often shows itself in how the car pulls when you press the accelerator. Number 5, poor performance. Poor performance is one of the most frustrating signs of a failing oxygen sensor. You step on the gas expecting a clean response, but instead the car feels weak and unresponsive. Drivers often assume this points to a bad transmission or clogged filter, but in many cases, it's the oxygen sensor sending the ECU unreliable data. Because the sensor manages the air-fuel mixture in real time, even a small delay or incorrect signal can throw combustion off. The result is sluggish acceleration, hesitation, or jerky throttle response, especially noticeable during quick highway merges. Similar symptoms can come from other parts, like the mass airflow sensor, throttle body, or fuel pressure issues, which makes diagnosis tricky. A practical way to narrow it down is by checking the live OBD2 data. A healthy sensor will show a rapid switching waveform, while a faulty one looks slow, flat, or erratic. We'll reference this diagnostic step again later. And when the mixture strays far enough, another symptom becomes hard to miss. Number 6, black smoke from exhaust. Seeing black smoke pouring from the exhaust is one of those symptoms that's hard to ignore. It looks dramatic, and many drivers immediately assume something serious like bad injectors or engine damage. But often the root cause is a failing oxygen sensor, making the ECU run the mixture far too rich. That extra fuel doesn't all burn, and the leftovers exit as thick, visible smoke. Black smoke tends to be more common in diesel engines, but it can show up in gasoline cars as well if a sensor is stuck rich. Besides a faulty oxygen sensor, other problems like a clogged air filter, a bad mass airflow sensor, or leaking injectors can also cause it, so it's important not to jump to conclusions. Either way, excess fuel fouls, spark plugs, accelerates catalytic converter wear, and leaves a strong fuel odor. And even if you don't see smoke, you'll often notice another costlier side effect at the pump. Number 7, poor fuel economy. One of the clearest ways a failing oxygen sensor shows up is in your fuel economy. You may notice that a tank of gas doesn't last as long as it used to, even though nothing about your driving has changed. That drop often happens because the ECU is relying on inaccurate sensor data and running the engine richer than necessary. Oxygen sensors typically wear out somewhere between 60,000 and 100,000 miles, so age alone can start the decline in efficiency. Even a small 2 or 3 miles per gallon change costs real money over the course of a year. But you don't need to guess, you can confirm it by checking your car's trip computer or tracking fuel economy manually at fill-ups. A simple sensor replacement often restores normal mileage quickly, saving you ongoing costs. And when an aging sensor keeps disrupting combustion, it can trigger a problem you'll feel more directly while driving. Number 8, misfiring. Few problems make a car feel more unstable than misfiring. The engine stumbles, skips, or shakes, and you notice the power delivery isn't consistent. Most people immediately suspect spark plugs, coils, or injectors, but a failing oxygen sensor can trigger the same symptoms by driving the fuel mixture too rich or too lean. Incomplete combustion inside the cylinders shows up as noticeable jerks at idle or under load. Here's what you need to know. The ECU depends on upstream oxygen sensor feedback to fine-tune the air-fuel ratio. If that feedback is wrong, fuel trims swing too far and misfires follow. On a scan tool, misfire codes usually fall in the P0300 to P0312 range. If those codes appear alongside oxygen sensor codes like P0130 and P0167, replacing the sensor should be the first troubleshooting step. Leaving misfires unchecked pushes raw fuel into the catalytic converter, shortening its life dramatically. It's a clear example of how one small fault can imitate much bigger problems. So what's the takeaway? Oxygen sensors may be small, but they're critical to your engine's efficiency and health. Neglecting one can lead to larger repairs, especially to the catalytic converter, which costs far more to replace. Here's what you need to know. Start by scanning for OBD2 codes. Many auto parts stores will do this for free. If you have a scanner that shows live data, check the upstream sensor's waveform. A slow or flat response points to failure. If codes or waveforms confirm it, replacing the sensor often restores normal performance right away. Typical aftermarket sensors run around $80 to $150, while OEM parts are often $150 or more. Labor usually takes 30 to 60 minutes, adding $50 to $100, so most shop totals average near $200, though some vehicles fall closer to the $150 to $600 range. If you're comfortable with DIY, an oxygen sensor socket makes replacement possible at home, but know that heat and corrosion can make removal tough. Sometimes professional help is the safer bet. Don't keep driving with a bad sensor, it can damage the converter. If this video helped you, give it a like and drop a comment with which symptom you're seeing and your car's make and model.